So earlier today, I was filling out this application for an online indie bookstore to see if I could get my book in, and my first one, the one that's already published, not the second one that I'm trying to get edited. And one of the last questions was what else should we know about you as an author, or why you decided to become an author? And it got me thinking of my reason why. And I've always every time I've had something that says tell us a little bit about yourself, I've always been I'm a wife, I'm a mom. And that has been my entire identity. And I love being a wife and a mom. I married my high school sweetheart. We started dating in 8th grade, dated all through high school, and then got married a year or so after we graduated. And then a few years later, we had our son, and he's in sports. So 99.9% of my time is being a wife and being a mom, and I love it. But I really struggled with who I was as a person. Aside from being a wife and a mom, who am I? What do I like to do? I had no idea. People would ask me, and I'm I don't know how to answer that question. And so a few years ago, I just had this idea of I really wanted to make a name for myself and create something that was my own. And I just had this I'm gonna call it a God thing. He was speaking to me and just calling me to write. And so I did. I sat down and I started writing. And it took me 3 years to get my book published because I was writing on and off a lot. I would struggle with what I wanted to say and how I should put that in my book, or I would read it and be I'm not connecting with the story, and I'd trash it and start over. And so when I finally found the story, I was okay, I'm connecting with this. I love this. And when I seen that question, I was just I'm really thankful that I decided to become a writer, because now I feel when I have opportunities like that are oh, tell us a little bit about yourself, I get to say I'm a published author. And I get to say I'm a wife to my high school sweetheart. I'm a mom to an incredible little boy. And I'm a published author. And so I feel so much more confident now that I know who I am as a person and what I like to do in the little bit of free time that I get every now and then. So if you're struggling to find yourself, don't be afraid to try new things, because I never thought that I would get to say I'm a writer, I'm a published author. And to be able to say that today, I'm really I'm proud of myself for getting to that point. And even though the writing journey can be a struggle sometimes, I love it. And I love the community that I get to be a part of. I've gotten to meet so many incredible authors on TikTok that have messaged me and connected with me.